हाय फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक। तो चलो देखते हैं आगे प्राइवेट टूर ऑफ एन इंडियन बिलियनियर्स सीक्रेट वाइल्ड लाइफ रेस्क्यू सेंटर। बहुत ही मतलब दिस इज एन अमेजिंग प्लेस। ये आप कह सकते हो 5 स्टार होटल से भी जो कुछ ऊपर होता होगा ना, वो है फॉर एनिमल्स। और इसमें पता है अच्छा इसलिए गुड फीलिंग इसलिए आ रही है कि यहाँ पे वो एनिमल्स हैं जो कहते हैं ना कि सोसाइटी के सताए हुए हैं, उनके साथ इतना मतलब गलत काम किए गए, उनका ऐसा यूज़ किया गया, मैं करेक्टली बोलूँगी मिसयूज़ किया गया कि उनकी लाइफ जो थी नर्क से भी बदतर बनाई हुई थी। और किसने बनाई थी? इंसानों ने बनाई हुई है और किसने बनानी है। और कईयों के केस में और खाली हाथी ही नहीं, और भी दूसरे एनिमल्स उन्होंने रखे हुए हैं। जैसे शेर भी बता रहे थे, वो अभी आगे देखते हैं उसमें, वो बता रहे थे कि शेर जो लोगों को खा लेते हैं, वो बता रहे हैं कि भैया उनकी मजबूरी है क्योंकि उनके जंगल ही नहीं बचे, तो वो अब भूखे हैं तो कहाँ से क्या करें, तो फिर वो इजी शिकार करने की कोशिश करते हैं। तो अभी हम उसी शेर के बारे में कुछ बात कर रहे थे, तो देखते हैं उसके बारे में, वो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग था। तो वीडियो शुरू करते हैं। वीडियो शुरू करने से पहले अगर आप चैनल पर नए हो और आपने अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो जल्दी से पहले सब्सक्राइब के बटन और बेल आइकन को क्लिक कर लो ताकि आपको हमारे सारे न्यू वीडियोस के नोटिफिकेशन मिल जाएं जैसे हम अपलोड करें।
अगर आपको वीडियो पसंद आता है प्लीज लाइक एंड शेयर। चलिए शुरू करते हैं।
Become a man eater. What was Love's reason?
See, normally what's happening here is when we rescued these animals from the lion-dominated areas, our team found out that the lions were actually struggling for the resources.
I see.
And you see, when a big cat like lion is struggling for the resources, leopards cannot live in the area.
So he had nothing to eat.
And in search of easy prey, in search of stray animals, they come into cities and villages, and that's how where they get into the conflict with humans.
I see. So you're a pretty naughty kitty if you've eaten 20 people. How have you managed to get him this relaxed and this calm?
ईटन नहीं
Yes,
डेट हो
I
gया।
do.
Come, let me show you.
ईटन
Okay.
मार दिए।
So we better not go in there.
अटैक किया उनको
They
खाने
stood
के।
up like we were going in.
So we actually train these animals. This is known as positive reinforcement training.
So you've got the whistle, that's his cue.
Yes.
And then is that target for target training?
Exactly.
So he puts his nose on. Oh, look at, it's like a house cat. It's a man-eating house cat. That's
Yes.
what you've managed to create here.
And you know what? We are not changing his natural behavior, but this
Right.
training helps us to actually keep a track on the health of these animals. So today, if I want to take a blood sample,
How do you do it?
I can take the tail out. So it's thoda
Shut up. Show me.
I'll show you.
You can't take his tail
So
out. He's going to bite your
thoda
hand
aage.
off if you touch his
No,
tail.
no.
No, get out of here. Do not put your hand in there. Good thing he's distracted because you wouldn't have a hand otherwise. Look at this.
ओह,
Forest
मैं तो
animals.
कभी भी ना हाथ
No
लगाऊं।
way.
Feel the thing.
Oh
मैं
my
तो नहीं कर
goodness,
सकती।
look at this.
मैं तो
I
नहीं
am
कर सकती।
literally petting the tail
मैं तो नहीं
of a
कर-
notorious Indian
पीछे आ जा
man-eating
एकदम
leopard.
से।
I mean, this is wild. And what's more wild than the fact that this animal has killed and eaten 23 people, or that he's been rescued and living in this insane facility, is the fact that while
आ गया,
his tail,
आ गया,
notorious man
पीछे आ रहा है।
backing his butt up towards me, he couldn't care less. He is happy, he is
Eating.
relaxed, his body language is showing you calmness. They don't have to sedate him, they don't have to put him under any undue stress, and literally it's like playing
छोड़
with
दे,
a
what
big
the-
man-eating house kitty. Well, this is unbelievable. Thank you. I'm going to let go of his I don't want to, but I'm going to.
No,
Thank you for
yes.
showing me. This is amazing. There are so many leopards here. There's no way we can see 250
You
of
want to see
them.
one more surprise?
One more surprise?
Yes.
Let's go.
Come,
क्या?
Show me.
take it out.
Let's go.
वो भी पीछे से कैमरे वाले भी जाके पूछ पकड़ने गया।
Good girl.
Wait, what's going on here?
Good girl.
This isn't melanistic.
This is not melanistic.
ये-
This is a different. Is this a
ये
skin
ये
condition? What is going
वो
on?
उसमें था ना जंगल बुक में शेरा या क्या
So
नाम
when
था
it's so much
उसका,
melanism
जगीरा
that
जगीर।
this it starts to turn white or
It
silver.
starts turning black. So
Starts turning back.
Yes, the grayish pattern you see, that's a very rare condition.
How many of these are there in the world?
I don't know, probably 2, 3.
2 or 3 in the entire world, and you have one of them here.
Yes.
And she looks like she was hand raised or
Yes,
captive
she was in a
facility.
captive facility before.
Wow. So here you can really see the difference between melanism and vitiligo. So vitiligo is this unbelievably rare condition where there's so much melanism, like this leopard here, this hyper black melanism, that the skin actually reverts back. So it overproduces melanism to the point that it kind of conks out and then it starts creating a white
Oh.
color, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes, and this one's a bit cheeky. You're not like Tusker. This
No,
one's
no, no.
this one would kill you.
कैसे
Tusker
अटैक करने
is
की शॉट।
incredibly beautiful, but vitiligo is a rare autoimmune condition, and without the special care that Bentara gives her, she would be struggling in the wild. Well, Naman, this is amazing, my friend. This place, I wish there's so many things I wish I could show here. I mean, I wish I could give all 250 plus leopards their time, but
Forrest,
I
I
appreciate
really
it.
think you should see the reptiles of Antara. I know you're a reptile
Okay,
fan.
reptiles it is.
यहाँ पे
Hey, there
रेप्टाइल एरिया है, वो ये
How are you?
रेप्टाइल
Good to see
एरिया
you. Oh man,
tigers
you're
थे।
just hanging out here with all
भाई
your
गॉड उनका
pets.
पाँव जाके खड़ा हो गया।
Dream living it.
So these
मैं तो
are
कभी
all
ना जाऊं।
muggers, right?
Correct. So we are at Mantara's Crocodile Rescue Center
Uh-huh.
right now, and all of these
मुंह
big
खोल के बैठ गया।
crocs here are our male mugger crocodiles.
These are all males.
All males.
Oh my
This is a
goodness.
large male group of mugger crocodiles. You can see they have a big spacious
मगर
enclosure
मगरमच्छ
here.
बोलते
This
हैं
is
ना।
a ton of space.
Correct. So we got all these crocodiles in as part of our ongoing efforts to
तो
decongest
काटते नहीं है
Indian
क्या ये?
Oh, you're kidding.
We moved
तो
these
क्या
guys
उसके पास
almost
जा
a
रहा है?
couple of thousand kilometers across the country
No
मुंह बंद किया
way.
है क्या उनका?
to make sure that they have a more spacious home. They
अभी
were in a
कहाँ?
very overcrowded facility in the south of India, and we moved all of these by road almost halfway
South
across
of
the
India
country,
से
and
हैं।
we've given them the most luxurious digs possible.
That must have been a crazy move.
Oh, hectic.
Even just catching one of these things, I know from experience, not with muggers, but with salties and things, it's a
My God.
hassle catching one
We
crocodile.
were catching up and moving at least 100 at a time
Oh, wow.
across the country. It was a mammoth exercise,
बिल्कुल
but
पास खड़े
we
हैं।
managed to do it
मुंह खोल के बैठे
without any
हैं। कोई
casualty,
आएगा तो
both
बंद कर देंगे।
crocs or to humans.
Well,
This
that's
is
good,
something that
yeah.
we are very proud
वो
of.
तो
Yeah,
वही
that's
लगेगा।
good.
And now all of these mugger crocs, along with a bunch of other species we've rescued from various places, they have a very comfortable and much more spacious home than they did have at any
Hey,
of
hey,
their
hey,
देखा आ रहा है ना?
Please calm down now.
Calm
Hey!
enough.
वो देखा मैंने बोला था ना।
That's the problem. When one of them gets
They
turned
get all fired
on,
up.
they
That's
all
enough.
get fired up.
That's enough. Calm down. Calm down.
बोल रही
One
थी
has
ना
to be a
मैं।
smart ass,
बोली
and then
थी
they all think that.
But
they
you
think
can't,
it's
if you
something.
give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
100%.
You know, you have to be
Quick
stern
tap
with
and-
crocodiles.
yeah.
That's
वो
it.
साथ
You
में
just
मुंह
gotta
खोल के
show
बैठा है
them,
बिल्कुल
I'm one
सामने।
of you.
एकदम
You know,
my
I'm
God,
just like
आंखें
you
बंद
are.
की
If
हैं।
you
Statue
come with me,
लग रहा है,
I'm coming
बड़े
back.
चालू
If you act like prey, they'll treat you like prey.
पीछे
Absolutely.
जा ले यार।
This is just a reminder that getting up close with these animals can be very dangerous.
Of course, वही तो मैं कह रही
Luckily, I've been working with wildlife for decades, but I wouldn't recommend going near crocodiles like
course.
this to anyone.
मैं भी तो
This
कह
one,
रही
I think I don't like his body language. He's,
Oh, that one's just waiting to.
he's ready to go. I've
waiting
been
to
watching
grab
him
hold
from the
of
side
something.
कह रही थी ना मुंह खोल के।
He's side-eyeing us too. He's like, "Where's my chicken at? Where's my meat at?"
He
Yeah?
thinks these are chicken legs. You see
Yeah,
these
yeah.
skinny legs?
You
He's
need,
like,
you
those
need to
are-
hit the gym a bit.
I know. Look at him. Hey,
Oh.
that's enough out of you. That's enough.
My
Calm down. Let me
God.
go. Back up. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up.
पागल है
There you
क्या?
go.
क्यों
Tell me
खड़े हैं
about
वहाँ पे
mugger
फिर?
crocodiles. I'll say
उनको
of
पता
all
था
the
attack करेगा।
crocodilians,
मैं
they're
तो
ones
पहले
that
बोली
I
कि मुंह
have
खोल के
very
बैठा है।
little experience with.
इतना मुझे भी कॉमन
Mugger
सेंस है।
crocs are the most widespread Indian species of crocodile. So they are found pretty much across peninsular India. They also have the broadest snout
My
of any
God.
true crocodilian. So you know they
पत्थर
are
लग रहे हैं।
adapted to eat.
चाल होती है
larger
उनकी, ऐसा लग रहा है
prey.
ये पत्थर है।
Hey.
Yeah, he is looking for a snack.
You
चाल
just
है।
be quiet. Sorry, they're adapted to eat larger prey.
Adapted to eat larger prey. They do exert tremendous bite force.
Yeah.
But as far as conflict with humans go, they're not very aggressive.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we're able to stand here without much of a hassle. That says a lot.
Obviously, you said these guys were rescued from overcrowding. I think most people don't understand that crocodiles can live in ridiculous abundance together. I mean, look at them. They're literally lizards on
On top of
lizards
each
over
other.
here.
Oh, absolutely. Like, especially mugger crocs. So they're happy living like this.
Yeah.
And we make sure to manage the diet and break fights whenever needed. Whenever we need to.
It probably happens a lot, especially with
Yeah.
males,
In
right?
all male groups, yeah, once in a while we
Yeah.
have to break up fights, but otherwise.
मुझे तो
most-
जान है मैं तो मर जाना।
How many species of crocodilian
My
do you have
God.
here?
Oh, we have more than a dozen species of crocodile, but there's one really special species I think we should go take a look at after this.
I'd
ना
love
भाई
to.
मैंने नहीं
Do it.
देखना।
Don't you guys behave now?
क्या बिहेव जान
Before we
निकाल
go
दी
check
हमारी।
out this very special
ये
reptile,
वो हैं।
let's take a look at how they keep control over
Seahorse
so
type
many
के।
animals. And then get up close and personal with an animal I never thought I would get to see.
And if you're asking yourself the obvious question of how do you protect hundreds of thousands of animals over 3,500 acres,
Security
well, take a look at this.
camera.
You have
ओए होए।
the best
क्या लो?
security team
ये लग रहा है military का लोग बैठे
You
हैं।
have aerial surveillance. You have 3,500
कमाल ही
cameras
किया
here,
है इन्होंने तो।
looking like the White House of wildlife. It is absolutely
Jurassic
insane. As you
Park
move
type
over
का
here, you have
कुछ
all these
setup है।
tranquilizers, human and animal response teams, all kinds of AI learning to learn about these animals. You have a fire officer, a mechanical officer, and a vet who are all looking out for the best welfare of the animals in the most state-of-the-art security facility that I have ever seen.
Enough with the technology.
और ये
Let's go
क्रोकोडाइल को
check
पता ही
out
नहीं
one of
उनको
the
कितने
coolest
मजेदार जगह
animals
बना
in
के
the
दी है
entire
इन
world.
जानवरों को।
This entire trip and this entire place has been one of these things where dreams
वो तो
are
elephant ही
coming
सबसे
true,
अच्छा
and I'm
है।
actually getting goosebumps and like butterflies in my
कहाँ
stomach.
जा रहा है?
Like, I've never been like celebrity
Look,
shy or anything like that. right now,
कौन है?
I might freak out. They've
ये
said
क्या है?
just go ahead, and if you'd like to interact with the Okapis, these two have been born here. They're two very special Okapis, and just go right in.
Approaching
है?
wildlife that you're unfamiliar with is unwise and be dangerous to the
वही
animal.
तो
But these Okapis have been raised by
Zebra
Mukesh,
type की
who we'll meet a
combination
little
है।
bit later. So I trust his judgment, giving us the okay to get up close and personal.
One of the most shy, incredible, and elusive species, closely related to the
Shy.
giraffe. In fact, they are the only pair of twin Okapis that have ever been born and raised successfully
Giraffe क्या
in
कुछ
the
है?
entire world, and they're right here at Ventara. I'm going to try very carefully to get close to one without upsetting it. But
नाम
it's
क्या है
like-
इसका?
Oh, I'm like jittery with excitement because this is an animal I've wanted to see up close my whole life. One really cool thing about Okapis is
कौन
they
सी
weren't
copy?
even discovered until
Okapi.
1901. It was they were thought to be mythological, and when they were discovered, it was figured out how elusive they are, how shy they are, and because they're related to giraffes, they're browsers, so they
वो तो zebra से related लग रहे हैं।
with a tongue that's insane. It's 18 inches long, so
ओह टंग
and just look at them. I think
Tongue
they're
18
the
inches
most
long
beautiful
है।
animal in the
ये
entire
giraffe
world.
type है ना?
They are very
हाँ
shy.
शक्ल जिराफ है,
They're-
body
they're
zebra है।
nervous,
है।
as you can see by their body language, but they're not an animal that's going to come up and try and rub up and nuzzle
Right.
up against you. Super rare, endangered species, but even more than their rarity is their shyness and their elusiveness. The fact that basically you cannot get close to these animals in the wild at all, and this guy's just hanging out right here. These big, beautiful, waxy ears. Look at what it's like petting him. That's the grease
Yeah,
that they
well-
emit from their coat to keep them water repellent. So one
Hi,
thing that's
hi.
so incredible about
Water
Okapis,
repellent.
outside
Grease.
of looking like something a child drew on a piece of paper, is with this 18-inch browser tongue, they're the only animal in the world that can take their tongue and clean the backside and inside of their
Cheat,
ears
who will
and their
agree, okay.
eyeballs with their own tongue to keep them healthy, which is absolutely crazy.
मतलब
Look at
अपने
him, though.
पीछे
He's
तक
just
बैक
so
तक लाके जा
cute.
सकता है
I
tongue।
love him. I want to hug him, and then my whole
मैं
shirt
तो
will
यहाँ
look like
निकलती
this.
नहीं नहीं फिर।
But boy, do I love you. Yes, I do.
As we finished up with the Okapis, I got word that Arj is ready for a very special experience
Hippo
with my
हाँ।
favorite animal on earth. So let's go check it out.
कहाँ जा रहे हैं?
Oh,
फिर क्रॉक्स
Arj, no way.
क्रोकोडाइलों में जा रहे हैं।
Oh, Gariel are literally
ये तो
my
alligator
favorite
नहीं
animal
होते
in the
हैं।
entire
Seahorse
world. How
type
many
के।
are in here?
We have 30.
वो क्रोकोडाइल थे, ये एलिगेटर
They're
नहीं
pretty
है।
shy, right?
They're very
Alligator
shy.
कैसे
They're
होता
not the most
Dangerous
aggressive
हो गया।
species of
ये तो और भी गंदे हैं, उससे भी
Aggressive
ज्यादा।
species बोलता है।
quite off to the side
Of course,
because they
yeah.
move left, right really fast.
Yep.
Obviously, you know why they have these long, slender snouts. It's because they're primarily fish eaters.
World-class fish eaters.
World-class fish eaters.
Yeah.
Really the very
Nice.
best.
Ooh, it
Come
looks
here.
sneaky. I like
अरे
that.
मैं तो
See that
नहीं- क्या
sideways
like that?
move?
हमें तो डर लग रहा है।
No. No
कितनी
lunging.
लो
He knows to stay here.
Yeah.
पीछे रहो यार, वहाँ से कोई आगे उधर से आ जाए कोई।
पतलू से
Oh,
कैसे
so you
गंदा
have
हाँ
males
गंदे
in
से।
here.
Yeah, this is a mixed group, but they're not old
वो
enough.
तो बहुत
So
डर लगता है
something
ऐसे
I
तो।
have to try that. I've never touched
No,
it. I have to touch it.
oh don't,
Look at
don't.
that. I have touched a Gariel. I've touched a Gariel.
अच्छा
Let's
go
see if
ना,
it's true.
पीछे तो
Again,
चले जाओ।
This is very
Wait, wait,
dangerous. You're risking losing a finger. But
Of
years
course, you should never
experience
try
with
this.
Crocodilians and with Arj by my side,
Don't
I'm
do
confident
it.
I'll be okay.
Look at this sneaky one. Hello.
मैं वही तो कह रही हूँ, कोई पीछे से वहाँ से आ जाए, तुमको क्या पता चलेगा?
So in the wild, the males get
यहाँ से कोई आ जाए,
absolutely huge.
पीछे से आ जाए कोई।
This is probably the second largest or the third largest species of crocodilian
In the entire world.
in the entire world. The biggest gharial captured was 17.
Biggest
and a half or-
gharial है
God.
इसका नाम।
So despite
घड़ियाल,
being a
घड़ियाल
peaceful
क्या होता है?
species, they get massive.
And they can cause some trouble. A bite from one of those is
A bite
devastating.
from a big gharial would be very painful.
घड़ियाल,
but
वही।
typically that would only
घड़ियाल,
happen if the
घड़ियाल,
animal is a
घड़ियाल,
male.
बोलते थे ना हिंदी में।
protecting a clutch of babies. You've seen the images of gharial
भाई, ये कैसा है?
forming creases with the babies. So
ये
males
क्या डंडियाँ डंडियाँ सी?
It's believed that
Babies
males
से
do
छोड़
that to
दो।
advertise their suitability
उसके
as
babies थे
potential
जो डंडियाँ
parents.
लग रही थी।
There are guardian males that oversee big groups of 200, 300, 400 babies at a stretch, and they're not necessarily the parents of half of those babies. That's just them signaling their suitability as a potential future mate for some of these females.
So the Gariel, I learned this the last time I was here, is the type of Indian pot.
Ghara.
Ghara.
The word ghara means pot. Ghara means pot.
And so that's what that little bulbous
घड़ियाल,
thing at the end of the
घड़ियाल
nose is.
बोलते थे। ये क्या इसके नाक पे?
To the initial lot of people who saw these animals, but it's got a lot more function than just
Oh!
visual.
Sure.
This thing they
पता नहीं
males use
कैसे
it for
लोग कर
sexual
लेते हैं
signaling. And aside from that, they're known to use that to amplify the calls that they make to females.
They're like,
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
a big part of their breeding
ऐसे
process. as
एनिमल्स को
well.
क्या
So the
हेल्प
bigger
करनी है जो
the
अनग्रेटफुल
ghara,
होते हैं, उनको पता ही
the
नहीं
more
है।
attractive
गंदा
that
है।
male is to potential mates. So it's like peacocks or any other animal. It's all
Of course.
different forms of
अच्छे
sexual
अच्छे
signaling.
animals को help
Ghara
करो।
plays a big role in in gharial
ये तो
reproduction.
तुम्ही को
Well, this
उंगली
part,
का
this has
कर रहा
been
है.
literally as much of a dream come true as working with any
निकलो
animal
भैया
could
बाहर
be
वहाँ
for
से.
me in my entire life. So I cannot say thank you enough for this.
Absolutely.
कोई पीछे से भी तो आ सकता है.
Take a look at
ये ऐसे बैठे हुए इनको नहीं पता कि बातें करी जा रही हैं, पता ही ना चले पीछे से.
Sure, that would be amazing. Bye, guys. You're the best.
Oh,
the
you're not the
One day
best.
I'll be back to see your babies.
No.
Oh, I just want to hug you.
No.
Rip me to shreds.
क्या बात कर रहे
After
हो?
this
क्या मेरा?
incredible experience with the gharial, we decided to check out a hippo species
कोई अच्छे
that's
वाले
been
देखो
taking
ना.
the world by storm. This is Mudang on steroids over here, right? So
Yes.
this
Steroids
is
on
what's
steroids.
funny is of every animal that we've been around,
Eh, क्या
this is
स्कूल
probably
में
the
डाल
most
रहा है?
dangerous one.
Exactly.
And as adorable and cute as this pygmy hippo looks,
हाँ.
you were terrified. You were like, don't go in there.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Oh.
anytime they'll change their behavior.
What I know
Oh.
about hippos is big Nile
मैं आज
hippos
पहली बार
from where
इतनी
I'm
close-up
from,
देख रही हूँ
Zimbabwe.
हिप्पो को.
They're not aggressive, they're nervous.
Yep.
So if they feel trapped at all, they come at you. How is that compared to a dwarf hippo?
These guys,
Pygmy.
anytime their mood changes.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Anytime
We
mood
can't
change हो रहा है तो
believe
उनका.
even if we are cleaning,
मतलब
they'll be
पागल हैं ये.
hiding, they'll be coming very close to us,
Yeah.
and they'll be immediately charging.
So they really are actually aggressive, not just
Aggressive,
defensive.
very aggressive.
Interesting.
Exactly. Basically, we want all our animal to be wild. We are not playing with them. We are not taming them. Nothing.
Right.
Just releasing them. Just observing them.
Yep.
Look at that.
Oh,
Look
here
आ
at
रहा
she
है.
comes.
Yep.
Better back up. She's getting cheeky now.
एकदम से भाग के
There
आएगी.
we go. Good job. So take a look at that white secretion by her ear there. That is a natural sunscreen.
Sit.
So there we go. Now we're okay.
पास
For
में
now.
जा.
So that's a natural sunscreen that they
जो
emit
उसको
from the
start
glands
करने वाला
behind their
हाँ,
ears,
अच्छा कर रहे
and then
थे,
they'll
पता
they'll
नहीं.
go and rub it against the tree and rub it all over their body, and
अच्छा.
that protects them from the very harsh North African sun where they're from. So
Right.
absolutely amazing animals. So
नाक से
tell me a
sunscreen
little bit
निकालते हैं.
about these
Ears
pygmy
से.
hippos. Honestly, I
मुझे
don't
तो
know that
नाक
much
सुना.
about them.
They are from Central Africa.
Yeah.
Everyone know that.
Yep.
And they are from the rainforest.
One of the reasons I wanted to feature her is because I thought when you told me the story about how you got
तरबूज
these
खा
two
रहा है.
and how Mr. Ambani rescued them, I couldn't believe it. So get this, right? These pygmy hippos were in a hotel pond in Sri Lanka.
Oh.
Okay? That means these animals had been collected likely from the wild
Yeah.
and somehow smuggled from Central Africa to Sri
Sri Lanka.
Lanka, where some of the most dangerous and aggressive little chubby hamsters you've ever seen were hanging out in a hotel pond as a spectacle for tourists. And then Mr. Ambani heard about this,
Yep.
went down there and rescued them and brought them to this oasis. That's like deciding to get, a killer
इतना कैमरा कहाँ
as
से आ
a
गया?
pet and put it in your
Camera
hotel
है.
lobby and be
हाँ,
like,
वो
go
कहाँ
pet
से आ
the
गया?
dog, nice
देखो
friendly
camera.
dog. I mean, I cannot think of a worse pet to have at a hotel
Right.
than these guys, which are so notoriously cheeky
Right.
and horrible. I mean, even what we're doing right now is quite
Even
dangerous.
that's why I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at. I'm just observing the animal.
कि
Well,
कभी
I
भाग
think
के आ
it's so
सकता है, charge
fantastic
बहुत ही.
what you guys are doing here.
मतलब
and
बहुत
the fact that
dangerous
you
हैं ये.
saved these two little hippos.
देखने में
Because
क्यूट
you know
लगते
what
हैं,
would have
पुट्ठू से
happened.
लगते हैं.
They would have ended up
Yes,
hurting someone,
Sure.
probably a tourist.
100%.
Somebody would have been hurt,
Yeah.
and they would have been put down.
Exactly.
Right.
And that would have been the end of it. Well, another life goal for me here, as far as seeing an animal that I never really thought I'd get to interact with,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
seeing it so peaceful. This is
गुस्सा आया
a
उसे?
very cheeky, very aggressive creature.
तो
And
उसकी
instead of
skin
being
देखो
upset,
कैसी है.
very
उसमें पानी से है ना.
calm as a pygmy hippo
There's
can
seeing
be.
the
She's
water.
as calm as
हाँ,
can be.
जैसे वो
She's sitting there having a
seagulls
chocolate
और वो
watermelon.
Yeah,
Well,
the
sea
waterproof-
क्या होती
ये
है
देखो
वो?
फिर आ रहा है, उसको
This
ready हो
place
रहा
is
है.
हाँ, फिर आ रहा है.
barely
Yeah.
even scratched the surface. I mean, I've seen 2,000-3,000
Sea
animals
के वो
in the
क्या
last
होती है?
few
Sea
days,
lions,
and that's
वैसी
not
skin
even
है.
the beginning. Let's go see some big cats, shall we?
चलो निकलो, भागो यहाँ से
But
यार.
before we go check out some insane color morph tigers, let's go see some
White
rhinos
वाली.
that were rescued from a flood.
Rhino
One of the
से.
coolest things here, I think, at
इनके तो-
Ventara is the fact that you guys are
वो भी होता
working
है.
to save Indian rhino,
Right.
which are in a
हाँ.
lot of trouble, like all rhinos.
फिर आ रहे
So,
इसको.
how did you end up with
ये
these guys?
कैसे हैं?
See, we rescued these guys from the Assam flood.
Oh,
basically.
there was a huge flood in the zone.
Yes, they were very small
Assam.
calves when they rescued, and now they are enjoying this 5-acre land.
5 acres just for 2 of them.
Yeah, just for those.
That's amazing.
And with
5
natural
acre for
water
just
bodies.
2.
Yeah.
You can see the
Oh,
natural
I
water
saw
bodies.
them wallowing in the
They
water.
wallow in the
They're a bit,
water.
I can see they're a bit cheeky, so we must slowly.
Really?
ये वो लगते हैं जैसे कोई युद्ध
ये भी
वाले.
बोल
I
रहे
can see that.
ये भी
They're
बोल रहे
gonna
हैं, they can
start
charge
moving.
anytime.
Hopefully you
My
boys can
God.
move.
आ रहा
Yeah,
है.
yeah,
See
you
the
can
nose
see.
starting
Right.
to come up now and the ears going forward? That's cheekiness coming.
She
so.
is,
तो फिर
she
कैसे
is
रोकोगे?
Sukhani and the male is Bishwajit. And both rescued from the different village of Assam.
And brought together.
दोनों
And
इकट्ठे
they're
चार्ज करेंगे
paired
क्या
up.
करोगे तुम?
Exactly.
I love
कुछ
it.
उनको पता
Look
है
at them. They're sweet.
ये
They're
आ
sweet,
रहे
but
हैं.
उसके horn
that's
कटे
आ रहा है
completely.
Yeah.
They are,
जा रहे हैं गेट के पास
they
आ
are,
गए
yeah, because basically Indian rhinos are, solitary animals.
So really cool there, the
देखा?
right thing to do.
अरे
It's
बाहर
interesting
तो आ
because
जाए,
you
और आ
probably
जाए
could
इधर।
stay in with the rhinos, but
निकल
the
आए,
thing
बाहर
is,
उनको
one
पता
अब
चल
अभी
गया।
वो मार
one-
सकता है यार
one-
वो खाने के लिए
yeah,
आते हैं
that's all it takes. The power of these animals, you cannot imagine. Because literally, just like if they saw you like a fly, just that's irritating. You're smushed. You're dead. So you do have to give them respect, and it's a pity that we have to be through the bars, but. This is not an electric fence. This is not
Nothing,
something.
nothing.
It's just a bar. And I mean, look. At the end of the day,
तो तू हाथ क्यों कर रहा
they're
है
not angry animals.
Oh
They're not right
my
here.
God,
Yes, they
how
could
can you
charge,
do that?
whatever, but they're not. They're choosing to be very calm. They're just happy to have food. But the right thing to do, the respectful thing to do
पीछे
for
से
the
मार दे
animal
अभी।
is not encroach on their space. Sit here, let them have a munch. They obviously love you. They came running over to see you. And I think the fact that you guys are rescuing these animals from India, animals that are in such jeopardy globally, all rhinos, and here they are living their best life.
इतने
Literally,
सारे हैं
it's
जिनको जरूरत है उसमें से
absolutely
सिर्फ दो की
awesome.
किस्मत ओह
Kyle's been got. Did you get that?
उसको पकड़ लिया किसने पकड़ा
Cheeky. That's
किसने
funny.
पकड़ा
Kyle got
इसने
got.
कहा था
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, cheeky girl. What you can't see is on the back here. Look
Oh,
over
बच
here.
गया।
Is this huge lake. Rhinos love mud. They need it for their skin. They need it to wallow. They need it for sunscreen. They've got it all right here at Ventara. It's absolutely awesome. What else should we go see?
Tigers.
This is a crazy story that we're going to tell
Tiger,
because they have
tigers.
all kinds of different genetic variations, morphs, hybrids of tigers. Let's go see them.
वाह
Before we go into the ugly part of the tigers, the tiger
तो
breeding,
white वाले
Yeah.
हैं
and I'll show you some of the pure breed in Vantara.
That's a beautiful wild Bengal tiger. This is
ये
what a
Bengal
tiger
tiger
should
है।
look like. This is
Exactly.
probably a wild caught animal, right?
Exactly, it's a wild rescue.
Yeah. From a well or human wildlife conflict or
Exactly.
something like
Yes.
that. Because, oh, look at that. He's hot.
Look at it.
Look at this.
क्या
Over here. Come.
क्या
Look at this. So here he's sitting, he's cooling down. See that panting?
Yep.
That is a heat release. And he's sitting in the water. He's venting out the heat. He's cooling his body down.
Yep.
And
हमने तो
because
tiger ही देखा था ना वहाँ?
Bengal tigers, like one like this.
कहाँ
a
देखा
real
था हमने
one.
भूल गई
पानी से
Very
निकला
shy.
है
Now
Jim
we have
Corbett
seen
गए थे
the
क्या?
beautiful Indian tiger here in this enclosure.
Yep.
Now we are going to see the ugly part of captive breeding.
Okay, let's go.
अगली पार्ट
And after we check out these odd color morph tigers, we're gonna play
इनको
a
white
little
tiger
game
नहीं
with
बोलते
them
हैं?
that I like to call drone enrichment cat and mouse.
Hi.
Hello, big boy. Tigers are not supposed to look like this. These are selectively bred color morphs.
Exactly.
मतलब
Explain it to me because I don't really understand the morph world at all.
मतलब
Normal tiger color is orange.
Right, the beautiful Bengal tiger.
Perfect,
We've seen
perfect.
it. I know what it looks
Exactly.
like. Yes,
But
this
here,
is not that.
Here you can see the different morphs. Two morphs you can see here.
Yeah.
One is snow tiger and the other one is golden tiger or the tabby tiger. Because it's completely captive inbreeds.
And it's changed a lot about them, right? And I think that's important to note. Tigers are a solitary animal.
तो चेंज कैसे
Now
हो गया
what you
कलर
are saying
Six
is
in here? How many are in here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we have 7 here.
7.
Yeah, because
Why?
basically we got a group of these tigers,
Yeah.
and when we started separating, we all know
Oh.
they're solitary. But when we started separating them and we observed the cortisol level in fecal matters, but it's showing very high.
So they were stressed out. when you
Exactly.
removed
When we separated
Look at
them,
this.
they are
That's not
showing
solitary behavior.
exactly.
And I think it's important that the audience knows about this. It's kind of a sad story.
Right.
Tigers in the 1980s were a hot commodity. And I mean, they still kind of are today, right? Tiger kings and things
100%,
like that.
yeah.
But in the 1980s, you could buy a tiger for 10 grand or something, keep it in your living room. There was
Yeah.
no regulation.
Yep.
And then people didn't just want a tiger. They wanted a white tiger or a black tiger or one with no stripes.
Exactly.
Or
The
one
demand,
with,
the demand of the different morphs increased.
Right.
That's why genetically engineered.
Right.
Oh
And that's why now we are suffering a lot.
Yeah.
Our entire Vantara team,
Yeah.
the veterinary team, the biological team, everyone is suffering a lot because if there is a small injury,
Right.
it'll take minimum 1 to 2 months for the proper healing because
Ooh.
most of them are hemophilic.
No way.
Oh.
Most
So
of
that's
them,
all from the genetic inbreeding.
Yes.
So it's ruined their health.
the genetically
क्या कर
they
डाला
are
है?
very poor.
Yeah.
That's what we understood. So it's heinous, really,
Yeah.
and unethical.
Yeah, it is
Natural.
unethical. It really
Unethical and natural from the natural. It's far from the natural breeding.
Right.
It's
Okay.
wow
Yes,
effect
sir.
in other zoos and everywhere. Wow effect. Wow, it's a golden tiger.
Right.
Wow, it's a snow tiger.
Right.
But at the end, these animals are suffering a lot.
But what's important to note here, and what's so important overall, is that Mr. Ambani and what you guys at Ventara here, Don't say no to any animal.
Exactly.
This is so much more stress
Humans
for the
भी
keepers
animal
here
में
at
आ जाओ।
Vantara to take care of these animals because
Humans
these
भी तो
are
animal हैं।
unhealthy inbred animals. And it puts tons of stress, resources,
Yes.
time, probably heartbreak on the keepers
Exactly.
just to take care
But
of these
they
animals.
are enjoying now. We are trying to bring them back to the wilderness because in the wild they'll come across with different fecal matters.
Of course, yeah.
So we are trying to bring them back to their wilderness. So now you can see we have done some of the feeding arrangement on the top of the logs. They'll climb onto that.
They love it. They love it. It's a playground.
Exactly.
It's a
Now
playground.
they are showing their natural behavior.
Yeah.
Most of our animals are showing the natural behaviors. Climbing, they enjoy the water. You can see the water body. See there?
Oh,
One
yeah,
is lying
going for
inside
a
the water
swim,
body.
yeah.
They enjoy the water body, everything.
He's having a swim, he's having a sniff, he's having a climb, they're having a good time.
And moreover, in Vantara, another important part of enrichment is we used to shift these animals to the another paddocks after 2 to 3 months. So they are getting new environment after 2 to 3 months. Always lifelong, he is not here. The
Yep.
group is not here.
Yep.
They'll be moving to another different enclosure every 2 to 3 months.
Yep.
So none of our animal is showing the stereotypic behavior
Right.
that you can see now.
Right.
So they are enjoying their life in Vantara.
I love it. Even if they're freaks of nature, they're very beautiful.
तो इनको कभी फ्री नहीं
That's
करते
what-
बाहर
that's what
जंगलों में
see,
नॉर्मल
see, in nature you won't find all these. Even we can't say suddenly a mutational change of these,
Right,
the white colors,
right.
because the mutation means they have to adapt to the environment. Mutation means
Yeah.
because the snow tiger, it's adapted to the snowy area
Yeah.
to camouflage.
Of course, it's not a
White
forest.
tiger
Yeah.
means in the forest, white color means it's not a camouflage.
Yep.
They'll be identified some other animals or the human beings and they'll be
Right.
shoot.
Right.
So now that we've seen these insane looking tigers, let's throw the drone up in the air for a giant game of cat and mouse.
What's this, big boy? What's this? So as you can see, these guys
रेडी हो रहा है अटैक
are very
करने के लिए
playful and they want some BE, some behavioral enrichment. So I've got Tommy over here. I'm going to have him fly the drone and have them chase him around. So go ahead, Tommy, put it up. Practice
have
bird
them
hunting,
chase it
right?
around.
We got the drone in the air for the tigers to chase. And as you'll see, the tigers are back here right now. Watch what happens when I start running. Come on, get me, big guy.
हमारे साथ भी तो ये हो रहा था जब जब जाते हैं जू में ऐसे ही करते हैं कि अटैक करने की कोशिश करें वो कह रहे तू छोड़ मैंने खाना है ये एक दूसरे को धक्के मारे कि मैंने इस पे अटैक करना है मुझे बहुत डर लगता है शीशा तोड़ दे तो
I am screwed. Let's see what happens.
देखा था कैसे एक दूसरे से लड़ते खाने के
Oh,
लिए
she wants it, Tommy. She
ड्रोन
wants it.
उसको ड्रोन देख रहा है ओह कहाँ गया ड्रोन
Oh, she
ड्रोन
wants
पे
it.
अटैक कर रहे हैं
There you go. Oh boy, you are so close.
जंप मारेगा
Oh,
एक ने जंप मारनी
oh,
है
it's so funny. Oh, look at him. He's climbing the tree. Look at that.
ऊपर
How
नीचे
cool
रखा
is
है।
that? He's climbing the tree
तो
to go.
ऊपर क्लाइम कर रहा है ड्रोन को पकड़ने के
Yeah, go
लिए
right down. I dare ya.
ओह वो रहा ड्रोन
Too close. They're gonna get it. They're gonna get it.
तोड़ देंगे
Oh, she's looking at it. Hi, hi.
ओह,
So we're going
मैं तो
full
कभी ना
tiger
करूं
play and behavior here, and you can see Tommy's got the drone going over here, and they're loving it. Look, he wants to jump, he wants to eat me. I mean, this is like for literal circus tigers. These guys are getting such a good lot of stimulation and enrichment now, and it's fun for me. I'm getting all sweaty running around. It's
For
great.
everyone.
Fun for everyone.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, let's land the drone. That was awesome. It was a fun little bit for me, a fun little bit for the tigers. Look, Vantara is absolutely incredible. We have barely scratched the surface here. There are hundreds of thousands of rescue animals with infinite amounts of stories, troubled past, insane recoveries and recuperations, and we're going to be coming here as much as we can and showing you guys this insanely exclusive behind the scenes look at what these animals and the amazing people that are working with them are doing. Like, comment, and subscribe below. Let me know what else you'd like to see at Vantara, because I promise you, they've got it.
बाय गॉड बहुत ही अच्छा था मजा आ गया देखने में क्रोकोडाइल और वो कौन सा वो
Very
दूसरे
nice.
क्या बोल रहे थे उसको क्या बोलते हैं फिर भूल गई जी से जो नाम था
घड़ियाल।
घड़ियाल हाँ कितना डेंजरस था और ये जो शेरों का और इन टाइगरों का दिखा रहे थे कि ऐसे ऐसे जू में भी होता है जू में मुझे याद है ऋषि को मैं कभी भी शीशे के पास यहाँ ना खुद किसी को जाने देती हूँ ना खुद जाती हूँ कि पता नहीं कुछ गलत हो कुछ जोर से मारे
खतरनाक है भैया।
शीशा टूट जाए फिर क्या करोगे तुम
Right.
उनको ऐसे उकसाओ कि वो शीशे पे अटैक करे धीरे धीरे शीशा ओवर द टाइम लूज होता जा रहा
राइनोस खतरनाक थे हिप्पो
ओ,
हिप्पो भी
राइनो, हाँ,
खतरनाक
हिप्पो
था
भी उसने तो मुंह का पकड़ ही लिया था उसका कपड़ा ही पकड़ लिया था
वो सब के
उसने
सब डेंजरस थे
सारे के सारे डेंजरस थे और
कभी
इन्होंने
भी अटैक कर सकते हैं कभी भी कुछ कर सकते हैं बिल्कुल उनका मूड स्विंग्स हैं जबरदस्त
मेरे को सबसे ज्यादा अच्छे एलिफेंट्स लगे
एलिफेंट
हाँ क्योंकि अगर याद हो कि जो हमने फर्स्ट पार्ट किया था
elephants
उसमें वो
best है।
एलिफेंट कैसे जिसको उसको जिससे
best.
वो जंजीर और वो चेन्स उनको देखते ही कैसे उसने उसको करके
क्योंकि
फेंका
elephant
था,
जो है काफी
वो सबसे
intelligent होते हैं।
intelligent होते हैं
Yeah.
ये लोग वो जो होते हैं वो फेथफुल होते हैं और ये सब दूसरे जो एनिमल्स हैं ना शुक्रे होते हैं, इनको तो पता ही नहीं तो वाकई एनिमल्स हैं, ये तो तुम कितना भी अच्छा ही कर लोगे ये तुमको ही खाने को पड़ रहे हैं, देखा ना। पर एलिफेंट ऐसा होता है जो अपने ओनर को भी उसकी जिंदगी के लिए भी अपनी जान दे देता है, जैसे डॉग्स होते हैं ना फेथफुल, वैसे एलिफेंट्स भी होते हैं। पर बहुत ही अच्छा और कमाल की जगह बनाई हुई है यार, कमाल की,
अमेजिंग,
बहुत ही बढ़िया,
बहुत जबरदस्त इन्वेस्टमेंट है, बहुत जबरदस्त एनिमल्स की मतलब केयर हो रही है,
कमाल की तरह पूरा जो सेटअप किया हुआ है। तो चलो यार अभिषेक अन्ना अपने थॉट्स चलते हैं, मिलेंगे नेक्स्ट वीडियो में बहुत ही जल्द। टिल देन टेक केयर एंड बाय बाय।
तो अगर आप मेरे इस चैनल पे नए हो तो जल्दी से सब्सक्राइब के बटन को हिट करो और बेल आइकन को क्लिक करो ताकि आपको मेरा जब नया वीडियो मैं लगाऊं आपको उसके बारे में जल्दी से पता चल जाए।